Hello, welcome back to the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. Last episode, I think we did the pacifism seed. It didn't end well. We gave peace a chance. It didn't work. Alright, we're moving on now. Next seed is Presto, which ups the tempo of the music, which means I'm going to turn it off again because people are getting sick of it, and I can't really blame you either. Next, we have the one that will actually be the key to this run, namely Pitch Black, but just give us a black body, so nothing too special there. We're gonna put Q. We're gonna put off the quick music again because we don't really want it. Turn it off, and then we shall add another one to the list, which is once again music related. So if you don't like me for getting rid of the up tempo, you're gonna like me now, and vice versa. So this one, music speed, is based on how quick we walk. So if you thought the one with our health was bad, this one's gonna be even worse, I'm imagining. Then we get Lazarus. We're gonna We're gonna not play as Lazarus actually. New run. Let's turn on the two that I want, which were movement tempo, black body, and let's just go with Eden again because he's interesting. Oh, and our tears are black as well. Cool. We start with... yeah, this is gonna be a weird one, isn't it? Well, we got Doctor's Remote, which pretty much says... well, which pretty much translates to... it's like we're drunk. We're gonna use this to get some money. Yeah, why not? Almost forgot to move there. We should probably have gone to our secret room, item room actually. Am I gonna keep Doctor's Remote? Yes, until something better comes along. Which is what the answer to every spacebar item. So speed ups are definitely a thing I want to be on the lookout for, because, you know, if I can get to a tempo where the music plays normal, if I'm moving about, that would be interesting. That's weird, isn't it? Sure. Poison tears. We can actually see something change on our characters. We can't see that our tears are green, but that might be for the best in all honesty. So yeah, I'm gonna hope these are gonna be the last ones that just affect music. Not because I have a hatred towards it, but I mean, okay, we had speed up music even more, slow down music even more, music changes depending on your health, and I have music based on your movement speed. I mean, I think we've done most of those, right? So keep a constant pace and everything, it'll be alright. Sort of. It is pretty funny though. You gotta admit. Okay, let's see if we can kite some of these guys. One big blast, that would be the ideal. Okay, well, that's one way to kite them. Not the way I had intended it to go, but it is the way that it ended up going. Well, we're slightly bigger now. To 2 Spirit Hearts, can greatly appreciate that. Shop is no need for yet. Well, it's going to be highly likely that we are not going to be killing the little one first. But we can give it a go. Yeah, no. And we're going to be hoping for an HP up from you as well, because I just wasted an entire Spirit Heart on this chump. Oh, not even done yet. Alright, we can look for a second secret room, but... as imagined, the odds aren't too wonderful. Alright, let's go. Okay, that's the wig one, right? Nope, that's the poop one. Okay. There was a new one, so I'm starting to... and by starting, I mean I'm going to start right now to let those play out a bit more, just to see if there are more new ones that I may have missed. Also, it was kind of stupid to wish for an HP upgrade on that previous boss, because he can't pay out. He either paid out with Little Steve or with Steven. Is that common cold? Does that work? Because we already have poison tears. Do we now have super poison tears? Do we have toxic tears? You can tell I've been playing Dark Souls a bit, right? Maybe you couldn't just from that, but you know, I am playing Dark Souls 3. And why shouldn't I? I mean, I played through 1 and 2, and I also played Demon Souls. Which apparently makes me some sort of elitist, because it's a game that isn't played as much, because it's a PlayStation 3 exclusive. I mean, I haven't played Bloodborne either, but they aren't really part of the Souls series, are they? At least that's what I want to believe. Why is that I want to believe that? Well, because I haven't played it. And now I can say I played through the entire Souls series. See what I did there? Yeah, you did. So let's open this one. Yeah, that is better, but we're gonna finish this floor with this item. Because first of all, we still don't have bombs, and we might be able to bomb things. Thanks for the bomb. Alright, let's see if secret rooms are here. It is. Let's give us 2 keys. Good. We didn't have those either. We're poor. Whoa, that's a sight for sore eyes. Make them even sorer because of all the blinking. We will fight the boss and then blow up that thing, and then we'll come back for Guppy's head. Now I would really... Actually, I might even go to our shop, see if there's a Spirit Heart for sale. If we get a deal with the devil, we want to be able to take it. But there is no Spirit Heart here. Abandon all hope. Anyway, we could just get an HP upgrade from the boss, and that would make everything... Oh, look, there's a marked rock right there. I'm not going to use it just yet, because there's a good chance it might... Well, the boss might shove away the bomb. Come on, Spirit Hearts. Keys. Well, screw me, I guess. Are you a wizard? I might be. Okay, I think I can pick this up without dying. Yep. And that saves me half a Spirit Heart. And I only had to risk death for it. Alright, so we got health, damage up, tears up. Thanks, Satan. What a trooper. Anyway, we are coming back for... Might as well use this bomb one more time, which I was planning on using up there, right? Yeah, I think the music might actually be normal now if I'm running. And there's Guppy's, Tammy's head. It's not bad, but I think the flies are worth more. I'm guaranteed that the flies will hit, so... Let's see what the music's like now. Yeah, music's normal now. Cool. We found the perfect tempo for that. Anyway, while we wait, let's get up another random topic thing, because that was pretty fun last time. Is this a new thing? No, not by a long chance. Random topic generator. Because I'm too lazy to think of something else myself. Speech topic generators. What? Allows you to generate random speech topics. Okay. World. Wait, is this something I just need to read? Wine country spinal cord? What the? Okay, we'll wait on that a bit. In the meantime, you'll have to listen to me ramble on a bit. But what the hell is going on, man? We'll check on that later. Well, now I've just noticed that I actually have the perfect familiar for this one. Why perfect? Because it's as black as my own soul. You can still see like little hints of gunk on Isaac's face, but anyway. Yeah. Ow! Come on, that was bull. Weird music is weird. I suppose I should just talk a bit about life itself, right? Which is something I generally keep for the Buy on the Road series. But I suppose it's the same thing, right? Playing video games and talking, or driving and talking. Roughly. Both take away a good deal of concentration. Libra, you feel balanced. I think that just gives us a lot of consumables plus some other things. Like only taking half hearted damage. I don't know exactly. But yeah, the big key difference though is worst case scenario here, I lose a run. Worst case scenario when I'm driving, you die. Well, you don't, but I will. Might. The same thing between a architect and a doctor. If an architect makes a mistake, you can see it above ground, and if a doctor makes a mistake, you get to see it underground. Alright. There's our boss. Do we go item room yet? Don't think we did. So we're gonna look a bit further. Use a hermit card to get into our shop. I don't see an immediate... Oh, we did went in here. What did we get? Libra, right. Short-term memory, huh? Really short-term. Well, I don't think we're gonna get a deal with the devil here. Hey, we could, right? We could. Yes, burn. Ugh. Ugh. Keep in mind you can only shoot brimstone downwards. Yep. Meat. It's a damage up. Cool. What was it going on about? Nothing, right? That's the thing. I'm just straggling for time at this point. I think we're good here, though. We went to our item room. I don't think I'm going to find the secret room. Yeah, let's go. Anytime I can look for another topic generator. Because I won't talk about spinal cords. Why not? Because I probably won't be able to fill a lot of it. And this site is just completely jamming on me. Cool stuff. Problem is I'm also uploading at the moment, so internet is a bit on the slow side. Right, time for an experiment, which is recently part of a discussion that was going on between me and someone else on one of these videos. I was claiming these are always magician cards. And because I couldn't find anything, let's see. Nope, it's a hangman this time. Wow. Huh, guess I was wrong. I have no problem admitting mistakes. I was wrong. Or is it... We should really start making note of these. I want this again, but on a different layout. And by that, I mean again a card behind a rock, but I think the rock needs to be on the left side. I will start notching these down for further references. In some regard, I'm actually glad that I was wrong, because I'm also kind of wondering where I picked up on the idea that it was always a card, magician card. I don't think I'm wrong even still. And by that I mean, I still think that there is a place and time in existence where indeed it is always a magician card, but I thought it was across multiple layouts, so that I thought the layout didn't matter. Apparently it might still, either that or it is indeed random every single time. Experiments! Now the problem again becomes that now that I know it isn't, well, now that I know it's layout dependent, we can start thinking now, is it the wrong layout that makes the card not show up, or is it indeed just random? I'm gonna hold on tight and say it is the same one, but only for one layout, as in not for all of them. So we know the one with the, when it's up there, it's the hangman, and I'll probably be able to remember that based on the fact that it's up, you know, up in the air, hangman hanging, you know, bit of a morbid one there, but I think the magician card is the one where it's facing left, and it's not the one where you need keys, but I will try those as well, because I can never be 100% sure anymore now, can I? There are 22 tarot cards. Yes, 22. From 1 to 21, and there's also a 0th. Did you know that the Romans didn't have a number 0? Or was it Latin? No, Roman numerals. No, there is no sign for 0. Which makes sense, because technically 0 isn't a number. Well, I mean, we're getting into weird stuff here again, but I mean, you can't quantify 0. I think that makes sense. Because, you know, it's like weird. But think about it, I mean, you can't really have 0 of something, because it could also be something else. Like, just get ready to just be going while listening to me at this point, because I'll explain, like, something about 0 apples, but is it really apples? It could also be 0 oranges or something, like something really weird. But I mean, at the end of the line, the guy that explained that to me, which was a math teacher, so I'm pretty sure he knew what he was up to. I was like, oh, I can understand that. I mean, if you're not legitimately doing math. Right, so you're not adding, subtracting, blah de blah de blah. What do you need the number 0 for? I mean the number 0, not the cipher 0. Yeah, sure, we'll roll with this because it's weird. You don't need it for anything. Except for temperature if you want to be a real dip about things. But besides its use in math, there's no point to having a number 0 to begin with. Which is kind of nice, well, interesting if you think about it. You probably started mentioning this and you'll be like, what? What the hell is he talking about? Of course there's a 0. And then, you know, there's this little thing like, hey, technically he's right. Rune bag, nice catch. See, who needs a random topic generator when there's weird things about math? Speaking of weird things about math, I actually learned to do math with non-existing numbers. That was fun. The wonderful, wonderful number I, lowercase. Look it up. It's a thing. I'm not full of myself here. The thing about the imaginary number I is that it's used to take roots of negative numbers, because you can't normally do that. Because there is no number that if you multiply it with itself ends up being a negative number. And that's the special thing about I, is that I times I equals -1. So, you know, do I use the hangman card to get those 2 bombs? Nah. So yeah, the imaginary number I. What did we use it for? Theoretical mathematics, so nothing you'd use in real life. But that's math for you, isn't it? A whole bunch of stuff that you generally don't really need in real life, and I think the number I was king at that. Because why would you ever need imaginary numbers in real life? Oh, we need to find the square root of -14, otherwise this bridge might collapse. Anyway. That was an interesting subject, though. It wasn't too hard, all things considered. If you know how to use the alphabet in math, throwing the letter I in there doesn't really make it much different. But you know, it's a thing. Anyway, did this thing catch on fire yet? Random topic generator. Random subject prompts. Generate a subject. What's in your fridge? Food. And hopefully cold air. That's kind of the point of a fridge, isn't it? I remember this little sketch of 2 comedians going on about the lights inside a fridge, going like that it's a big waste of energy. The salesman, no, it goes out the moment the door closes. And I think most of us actually try to do their best to check on that abundance. We'll wait on that. Alright, I mean, just carefully closing the door, seeing if you couldn't make the light go out before it was completely closed, which is something that actually went, well, yeah, which was actually something you could do on our fridge. That, or just push down the little button that's on the side of the door, where the other, well, where the actual door ended up when it was shut close. But Yeah, and the guy trying to buy the fridge didn't believe that the light was gonna go out. You know, until some point the salesman says, "You know what? This fridge is kind of big. Crawl into it and tell me if it goes out."
Hanged man.
Sun card, cool. Don't really need it anymore, but so you know the customer climbs in there. Salesman closes the door. Tell the customer, "Yep, still burning." So the salesman's open the door again. Like, you're out of your mind. It's wrong, right? It has to go out. Nope, nope, nope. Still burns. Why don't you check? And then the salesman gets into the fridge. The seller closes the door, jams it with something, and then robs the guy. Good stuff. I believe the same thing happened in Friends once when Joey was trying to sell off his DIY shelf for his television and stuff like that. They ended up getting robbed as well, though they did get a canoe out of it. I got hit by something. The fire is probably a likely candidate there. Anyway, let's get something else going. Right about a phobia. Phobia. Do I have phobias? Not really a phobia, mostly like common sense, if you know what I mean. Wait, I got 2 Jera runes. Can I just get an infinite amount of Jera runes because of this now? Jera runes don't duplicate. They thought about this. Yeah, don't really think I have a phobia. More like common sense. Although there is one thing that kind of sends a chill up my spine. Like, we have an attic on our house, and it has one of those foldable ladders. The same thing with my grandparents' house, and I think in total I fell off of those 3 times already. Never my own fault. Alright, it wasn't because I was being... What's the name again? Come on, what's the... The opposite of not well, the opposite of handy. We got this nice word for it in our language, but clumsy? Clumsy. Not because I was clumsy, but like I said, it's a foldable ladder, so you know you have to. Ooh, Hagelaz rune. I would like 2 of those actually. But there was like a weird system, like you had to lower the latch for the attic thing, then pull the ladder up a bit, and then you could slide it down. And apparently those ladders were getting quite up there in age, and about 3 times when I was almost halfway, the bottom half gave way and I fell. One of those times actually ended up landing on top of that ladder, and I had to go to the hospital to get some photographs of my lung taken, see if there wasn't any permanent damage or anything. So now every time I need to crawl on a ladder, it's like, yeah, I'd rather not though. But does that still count as a phobia when you have a legitimate reason? Like, is a phobia just a fear of something, or is a phobia like a fear of something, but you don't know why exactly? And there are some pretty darn ass weird phobias out there, right? Another Hagelaz. Okay. I was actually planning on using the Hagelaz for something, but oh right, you're not. You're the other guy. Okay. Curly Brimstone, eh? Curly Brimstone being weird. But, yeah, I'm not afraid of spiders, but I'm not gonna go stick my hand in a spider web either. There's running on top of a table when you see a mouse, and then there's not wanting to get bit by one by going poking it. I can't believe I didn't get hit there. What do you got for me, Satan, buddy? Ah, flight. I could take flight. I'll take this too, because we're that much closer to Guppy. Anyway, let's generate something new here. Write about a neighbor. The guys on the left of where I live right now are chill. Alright, it's an elderly couple. He does arts and occasionally still drives ceremonial vehicles for weddings. Don't actually know what he did for a living before that. Definitely didn't make it as an artist, but he does cool stuff. And I have no idea what his wife did. Bit of a blabbermouth, that one, but... Then across from me is an empty house. Been like that for a while. And then the magic happens. To our right, we either have drug dealers or vampires, because you don't see them out during the day. And the first thing they did was build a big ass fence around the perimeter to keep their dogs in. We hear them at night, though. We hear them at night. I'm just looking for the item room here. And they're the ones that have that little freaking ass mangy chihuahua going on. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate chihuahuas as much. What's this again? Epiphoria. Oh yeah, it's the ones where you need to keep shooting in order for it to do anything, right? Yeah, I think it is. Okay. It's one of those dogs that bark at everything, but the moment you turn around to face it, it's already hiding behind the fence again. And they got 3 dogs. I mean, they got a Chihuahua, they got a French Bulldog, and they got an English Bulldog. The English Bulldog couldn't care less about its surroundings, alright? As long as you leave him alone, he's not moving. Alright, I think they just pick him up, put him outside for the day, and then pick him back up, put him back inside at the end of the day. I'm gonna take the Jero, and Sun card is nice, but it's not gonna heal me anyway. What item did we get again? I'm telling you, my memory is like horrible. Oh yeah, the intensifying tears. Then the French Bulldog, he's happy to be outside, alright? He runs around the yard, drops on his face, chews on whatever he can find. He doesn't bark though. And if he sees you, he just sits at the fence and stares you down. But he doesn't bark. And then you have the Chihuahua. That thing barks at everything that moves, from a leaf to a plane that flies by. And the first thing he does is slip under the fence. The owners know that he can fit under the fence. They don't do anything about it. So you're just walking outside. You got this little mangy mutt that's starting to bark at you. And he gets close to you, right? And by close, I mean like 4 meters, something like that. Now, the moment you make a single step towards his direction, or just a sudden movement, even if it's just sticking your hand out, he darts off like his life depended back under the fence and starts barking from there. And the moment you stop looking at him, he jumps back under the fence and comes straight back at you to do the same thing again. And that's my neighbors. What has made you angry recently? That you all from the neighbors. Write about a phobia, I had that already. Write about someone who irritates you. The neighbors. Describe your bedroom in detail. I got a small one. Besides a bed, 2 computers, a TV, a closet, and a shelf. There's not much in here except for a few cool posters and some flags. I got this big ass flag of the US Airborne, which is just like the typical shield with then an eagle on it. Looks kind of cool. I got a and some poster. I got this big door poster of a wolf, which is kind of neat. I got a Bowser plushie. And I'm just trying to find my exit here whilst I'm looking around, so I'm not really getting anywhere, just going in circles over and over. I got a Half-Life 2 headcrab plushie, and I got a wyvern wrapped around a short little stone sculpture. Okay, I'm gonna focus a bit and try to find the exit first, because otherwise this could take a while. Is this everything that's on here? Write about a time when you found it difficult to forgive someone. Well, there is one thing which I kind of thought was a cheap shot. Like, I got a big brother, right? And he hangs around mostly with my friends as well. Reasons for that we're not going to go into, but he's a good friend of mine, friends, and vice versa. So at one point they were talking about going on a holiday, and I wasn't able to go out that day. I think I was sick or something. I'm not really sure. So they were apparently planning a holiday, and that day he came back, and he started talking about, like, yeah, we're probably gonna go on holiday with some friends and such. Would you like to come too? And I said, yeah, sure, why not? And then I went like, I didn't expect that. We're actually already full. That really ticked me off. I mean, it's one thing to go out with my friends and not invite me. It's one thing to do invite me, but then when I go and accept the offer and saying, like, actually, you can. This was more of an empty gesture. Like, I was rather pissed at him for that for quite some time. It didn't help that they had a wonderful trip. But at this point I'm just happy that they had a nice, pleasant journey and stuff like that. It was hard to forgive him, but it did happen. It didn't happen once they got back, though. I was still kind of mad at that point, but that's like maybe 10, maybe even 8 to 10 years ago. So, I mean, I don't stay mad that long. What does getting old mean to you? Well, they say age is a number, but to me it's like, I think it's like when you feel like you lost touch with the younger generation. Now, before you start putting things in there and stuff like that, by that I mean, look, if I look at tiny kids today, I'm going like, what the fuck are you up to? But I mean, like, when multiple things like that start happening, like, you don't even know what the hell music is these days, and guaranteed I sometimes have questions myself, but for the most part I still do enjoy most music. but like technology starts becoming weird. Um, I don't know why I just drew a blank there. But yeah, like you can't keep up with current technology. Your habits start changing drastically. And that is after, once you get grown up. I mean, sure, if you look at being 16 to being 24, yeah, sure, your things will have changed there as well, but like, I don't know where I'm going with this anymore. But yeah, I mean, getting old doesn't mean getting gray hair or reaching a certain amount of years. It's just like when you start losing touch with people who are actually younger than you. And depending on how well you can keep up, you can get older on different sets of ages. I mean, some guy said, which I actually found quite an interesting thing to hear. Can't say that I agree with it completely, but somewhere I was like, yeah, I suppose you could see it that way as well. But he said, you're starting to get old once you start hating the... Now I had to make sure that I definitely use the wrong word. You get old once you start thinking that the current trends of your kids make no sense anymore. Ooh, pentagram. Well, we're close to death. 2 hits and we're out, but I don't know. I mean, that kind of means you need kids, but Right about your relationship with food. What? Who has changed your life and how? Huh? Doesn't everyone you meet change your life sort of in a way? I mean, a lot of people probably changed my life, but all things considered, that probably happened gradually. I suppose if I had to pick some instance, it would probably... Look, alright. Let's get one thing straight here. Obviously, you have to take your parents on this one, right? Parents or any loved one. Because probably your parents at the top for that one. I mean, they raised you and stuff like that, and of course they will have shaped your life by quite a bit. But if we're going away from those, I would probably pick that one person that I will never speak of again, which is kind of ironic because I'm currently doing. But by that I mean I'm not gonna mention his name anymore because I'm still quite angry about it, which probably makes it a pretty decent candidate for that who made you mad or had issue forgiving. The thing is though, the man was a good friend of ours, right? We helped him, he helped us. I mean, we went out together, you name it, alright? I've actually did some series with the man on my YouTube channel. And one day we kind of made him meet up with his old girlfriend. And that was like 4 or 5 years after we knew him. Well, after I started knowing him. I mean, my brother knew him longer, but that aside, yeah, 4 or 5 years after we knew him already. So he goes into he listens to our advice, gives her a call, blah blah, and they hook up together. Right? We were glad that he finally found someone because he was getting quite sad about the whole ordeal. I don't know exactly why, but he was. And less than 6 months, I believe, later, he kind of ditched us for her. There were some issues between the women in our group, and he said, if it doesn't work anymore, I'll be saying goodbye to all of you, and he did. The best part of that was, we did everything we could to not make it happen. So the poison was with his bitch. Let it be known that I have no issues whatsoever of calling her a bitch. I would do it over and over and over again. Which I will. Bitch, 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 bitch. Now another cool thing about that was that he wanted to, what's the word, like, argument as to why we were the problem. The reasons he claimed were utter bullshit and over things that happened way, way before the actual argument started. And for me, he actually had to dig quite a while. Eventually, he came up by saying that I messed up his travel plans by not being able to go and collect them from an airport, even though the airport here is right next to his station. And I did ask him, do you want me to pick you up from the station? Which he accepted and then didn't end up doing anyway. So I was there at the station and he wasn't there. So, but apparently that makes me the asshole. Anyway, I think, going back to the original question, to who has changed you, I think that. Now, why did I just get nothing out of that? Thanks, lads. So why did I pick him? Well, I suppose it made me realize that no matter how much you know someone, they still can put a pretty hefty knife in your back. And I'm not going to say that I lost faith in humanity because of it, because, I mean, that's just bullshit, honestly. But it did make me more careful. Alright? Like, it was something that I couldn't do anything about. And I think that's what actually ended up pissing me off quite a bit. Because the problem wasn't me. He was just blind to the poison that she was. And there was nothing we could do. Right? We saw him slip away until he actually did end up saying his goodbyes. It's been over a year now. We haven't heard anything from him, nor do we actually have the intention of making the first step ourselves. Anyway, but yeah, it made me realize that be careful on who you trust, and just know that you can't fix everything. Right? It pained me a bit, right? Because, like I said, we were going out and stuff like that, everything was fine. And then suddenly, pretty much out of the blue, well, we're done. Nothing that could have been said or done. It was just done. And then, of course, the fact that it was done with a bullshit reason, like, oh, you didn't pick us up and stuff like that. Yeah. He was fishing for an excuse. Well, that was an easy one. Alright, It Lives is up next in the You Are About to Die. We'll find another topic after this, because I'm really kind of done talking about this right now. What's up with my damage? Sometimes doing 106, then 88, now it's 90 again. I don't think this is intensifying tears because I believe intensifying tears just increases rate of fire, not actual damage. Oh, come on. Alright, let's create another topic. There really aren't a lot of these in here. Write about yourself at age 7. I think I was a happy kid back then. Tiny little school where we only had like 50 people. And there was like preschool and kindergarten all the way up to getting you ready for high school. Yeah, I think I was happy then. A lot more social back then as well. Or so I've been told. Being shipped off to a school where I knew nobody for my last year in, well, what's that called again? Elementary? Yeah, that was kind of painful actually. I mean, at that point, groups are already formed and you're just coming in as a new guy there. But anyway, yeah, at grade 7 I was kind of happy. Okay, if you came into a large amount of money, what would you do with it? Pick it up, but I'm assuming that's not what you mean. I don't know. I'd probably try to make it so that I could live of it forever. You know, like in today's economy, it will have to be a hefty sum of money. Simply because our interest rate on a savings account is now 0.01%. Meaning that we usually end up paying more in administrative costs than we actually get interests. I am invisible now. But yeah, get rich, right? That's a door opener right there. I'll just ruin his handy. Write about swimming. What's there to write about? Write about an experience change your way of thinking. We already did that, sort of. Write about how you drive. Or don't. Do I really need to write about how I drive? I mean, I got like, what, 130 episodes of me driving around? I'll probably make something good out of that. The reason why I decided to do that, though, as in do the series, is simple. If I drive alone in my car, the camera is going to be there, right? Because, first of all, it's safe if I ever end up in an accident, which I wasn't to blame for. I have it on camera. No ifs, no buts, no candy nuts. If someone in front of me decides to just jam his car in reverse and run into me, he can't say that I drove into him because I have it on camera. Or if someone just decides to jump under my car for insurance money. No ifs, no buts, no candy nuts about that. I have it on camera, and there you go. So that's why the camera is there. Why I do the series? Well, if I'm alone, I either have two options, right? Either listen to music, which is fine, or just talk about random shit going on the road and give you something else to watch then, except for me playing around. I went for the latter option. So here we are. That is why there was a Bio on the Road series. Quality has improved on that, by the way, I hope. I've been getting better at the noise cancelling bits. Okay. Alright, we're done. Let's find something else. What do you keep in your wallet? I have literally nothing special inside of my wallet besides money and some bank cards and some other cards. There is nothing in there. The cards that are in there, I suppose I could mention those. One for the grocery store because it allows me to use the self-scan register, which I prefer over the normal way. There's a card for the gas station. What else? I'm trying to think about this on the fly. Oh, there's a card on with my blood type, which is something I need with me when I go and donate blood. Ooh, nice HP up. And I think that's mostly gonna be it, except for, again, a bank card or two. I don't keep my credit cards with me, we don't need that. That's kind of it. Describe your favorite place using all 5 senses. What? My favorite place with all 5 senses. Eh? Okay. My favorite place. Let's start thinking about that to begin with. Well, I suppose home is a thing, but besides home, I don't know. We got this one bar that we go to a lot. It looks old, I suppose. Didn't I have a resistance rune somewhere lying around? Yeah, whatever. If I die, I die, right? Yeah, it's like classic thing. But there's like TV and such. There's pool tables. So what else do we have that smell? I don't know. Smells just like a normal bar, and by that I mean of not too much, because, you know, we can't smoke in bars anymore. I suppose occasionally it smells like food because you can eat there as well. Touch, I don't know, just a table. Decent enough seats. Hearing, yeah, there's music playing. And TV on occasion. Especially when there's sporting stuff going on, which I care zero about. Unless it's like weird sports, you know? Like, if it's like curling on TV, and I'll look at it just because it's like, what the fuck are they doing? Or like bobsledding. I mean, they aren't weird sports. They've been around for a long time, but it's not like run after a ball, which now describes like half of the sports around. Know what I mean? What other senses are there? Taste. The drinks are good. Food's good. Usually end up going for spaghetti. They make a killer spaghetti there. What else is there? I don't know. What senses have I not done yet? Hearing, yes. Sight, yes. Taste, yes. Touch, yes. What am I forgetting about? Or is that all of them? Anyway, I'm dead, so it doesn't matter anymore. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you're still enjoying the series. Feel free to show support by commenting, liking, and or subbing if you haven't already. And I'll be seeing you guys on the next episode. Bye, everyone.